Good morning, good evening, whenever you are watching or listening. Good that time of day. Welcome back to TatiiTalks podcast. I don't know why I'm amped. I don't know.
Because I'm here.
But I'm so glad that you have come back. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. You probably joined because of my special guest. This is my sister, guys. So when I say sister, this is my blood, like my blood sister. Like we lived in the same house in Boston. Okay. But I do want to give a little disclaimer. If you hear like a little pat, pat, pat or a bloop, 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 is because our ceiling is currently leaking. But this podcast is all about raw realness. I'm going to give y'all the real thing. So just ignore that. If you see like a little drip too, like in the camera, just
Ignore.
They say get a house. It'll be fun. And it's not fun. So bear with us. But yes, I have a special guest. It is my sister. So just give them like your name and just like a fun fact about you.
Yeah. It's an honor to be here. It is an honor to be here.
She in Atlanta, y'all. She in Atlanta.
I'm in the A. No, my name is Caitlin Hawkins. What's the other question?
A fun fact?
Fun facts.
Don't say you're my sister because I just said that.
A fun fact. I love to smile.
You love happiness. You love
joy.
joy.
I love to laugh.
Love that.
So there's gonna be a lot of laughing here.
And it might be because of nerves, and it might be because she's really laughing. But
yeah,
we'll see. All right, so y'all already know what we do. I don't have a lot of cards here.
That's fine.
There's only 3. So pick one. Read the card. Okay. I always say this. Once you take the card,
don't read it.
Don't read it to yourself.
See, I've been watching a podcast, so I get it. I already know.
Yes, I love it. So don't read it to yourself. Read it as soon as you get it, and then we'll have discussion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Choose wisely. All right, pick one.
What's the last thing you learned about yourself that surprised you?
Ooh. We all about honesty. So.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. So this kind of runs deep.
That's fine.
This kind of runs deep. So I've learned that I am stronger than I thought.
Okay.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Because not a lot of people know.
But you about to say it to the world.
I am. Because I'm trying to really be open and vulnerable about it. Mm-hmm. But I did recently go through not like a full on stroke, but it's like a mini stroke, where I'm trying to get my words together because
we got tissues if you gotta cry because I've been crying these 3 episodes.
No, honestly, because like God literally covered me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like going through that, I've learned that I wasn't by myself. Not only was God with me, I had my friends and family with me. Mm-hmm. And also knew that with God, I can get through it, right?
Yeah,
and that just shows the strength, you know? So, long story short. Yes, God is good. God is so good. God is so good. Going through a stroke, like sometimes, it doesn't end well. Mm-hmm. But the fact that God has sustained me, God was with me from the beginning till now, right? And so the strength that He has given me is what I learned, for sure.
And it's so crazy because like when she had this stroke, I was pregnant. And they were like, I'm not going to tell Tati. I don't want her to stress out. But I was like, no, y'all need to tell me these things. Like, what would be worse is me finding out that she's in the hospital and I don't know what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So for me, what did I learn about myself? I should have been thinking about it as...
no, you were listening.
I was listening. Because you got to listen to understand, huh?
Period.
Huh? Relationship...
101.
101. I have learned that I want to say I'm gonna piggyback on the strength too. I'm gonna piggyback on the strength, but not in like her medical sense, but like just having Sanaya being on zero energy, or even like me feeling a certain way in a day. Like I don't feel okay, but I gotta show up.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, but I gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like God has shown me the strength there too. So that's what I learned about myself. But y'all know we sisters. And I don't know about y'all, but like with sisterhood, like blood sisters, you go through phases. You go through ups and the lows and middle, high, low. You know what I'm saying? So we've definitely had our fair share. When we were younger, I feel like we were close.
Yeah, we started off.
Yeah, we started off on the good foot. You know, we started on the right foot. As we got older, we fought. You know, because siblings fight.
That's
But
what
when we
happened.
got to like our when I say adult years, I mean like 20 plus, like 20 and above. And we just kind of drifted away. Partly is my fault.
Let me stop you right there. I honestly feel we started on like a high, whatever, and then throughout like middle school, high school, that's when we was really trying to find ourselves. So I definitely understand like, you know, us drifting apart and
Right.
stuff like that. And then while I was in college and you were starting your freshman year, that's when we started getting close again.
Right. We went to the same school, y'all.
We
Same school.
did.
I was known as KK's sister. Oh my God, you KK's sister. Yes. Yes, that's me. I could not wait until
I
she
have a name,
graduated.
though.
Could not wait until she graduated. Cause then like I could be Tati. Like I could be me. Oh, you KK's sister. Yes. But it did have its perks because the homies, her friends, the seniors looked out for a girl. They looked out for your girl.
For sure.
But
I made sure.
yes, so like we were finding ourselves. And then, you know, like as you find yourself and like you grow up, there's there's differences that you guys have. So I want you to walk me through like your perspective of like how our relationship has changed from, you know, outside of college, because like college we grew a close bond because we were in the same school. Going into like when we were both in relationships and, you know, going through like engagements, we were both engaged and then married. Like, y'all, she ain't tell me this. We did not have this conversation. So this is about to be fresh news, e-news, okay? So let me know, like, from your perspective, and don't hold back. Like, I could take it. How it was for you being the older sister.
Yeah, for sure.
She's older than me.
Yeah. Oh, I was actually thinking about that before we started rolling. Everyone needs to know I am the oldest sister.
Okay, and
I look like I'm
age
19.
ain't nothing but a number.
No, honestly, the time that, you know, we both graduated from Salem.
Shout out Salem State. Whoop whoop.
Salem State University now. Okay.
I didn't say college. I just said Salem State.
Just saying.
Okay.
But yes, we did kind of drift apart. We did drift apart. And I feel like that was God's way of really working within us individually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I see the benefits of it now because now we're both mothers.
And we're going to get into that.
Okay, we're both mothers. Both of our daughters, we have 2 girls.
Yeah.
Both have girls. And they're born within the same month.
That's crazy. I actually did not make that correlation, actually. Like, I knew that they were born within the same month. Like, obviously. Her daughter was born April 16th. Mine was born April 28th. But, like, I didn't, like, realize, like, the friction in our relationship. And then, like, we both had girls. And then they were born in the same month. That's crazy. I did not make that
and I
correlation.
feel like that was God's way of working within us individually.
Yeah. But how did you feel knowing, like, dang, me and my sister are not close as we
Oh, it
used to
definitely
be?
hurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You ain't
definitely
never
hurt.
said nothing. I just want to say, you ain't never said nothing
I
to me.
didn't because, you know,
You ain't never said nothing to me.
I'm not a confrontational person.
Yeah.
So, like, that's something that I'm working within myself too, till this day.
Right.
really speaking out and owning like how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like expressing how
And
I
that's
feel.
hard to do. That's hard to
Because
do.
the reason why is my fear of confrontation. And I stand clear of confrontation. You know what I mean? So eventually it was going to um be a conversation. I
Right.
just didn't know when.
Yeah. You were anticipating, like, when is this going to happen?
Yeah.
How this conversation is about to go.
Yeah.
Long story short, I grew up, y'all. I grew up. Everybody knows, like, if y'all know us, like, if you, like, really know us, I was the mean sister.
Yeah.
I was mean girl in everybody.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. You don't know? I know why. Okay? This is why. We went to the same elementary school. So she was a 5th grader when I was a 1st grader?
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's just run with that. Okay. She was a 5th grader when I was a 1st grader. So like coming in, I was always like second in command. Like I'm little sister, you ain't worth nothing, blah blah blah. And I'm holding on to this. And I'm not gonna say the person's name, but when I say this story, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. There was this boy in elementary school who always called me the ugly sister. Okay? He called me the ugly sister. And I was like, first of all, I'm a little girl. I'm a baby. Light skin, braids, tall. I'm going to tell you after this podcast because I don't want to out this person. Yes, I have forgiven him. Didn't tell him that I forgive him, but like I have forgiven him. But like when people call you ugly as a little kid,
No, that's a scar.
that is a scar. So like I was always her like second whatever. And if we want to talk about colorism, she's lighter than me, and people are like, "Oh, you so dark, you so burnt, whatever." So I think that made me like feel that I need to toughen up and be that mean girl. Because what you're not gonna do is walk all over me. like like Janae likes to say, y'all know Janae. One thing about it, two things for sure. What you're not gonna do is walk all over me. Okay? So I like literally had to toughen up. And I really feel like that's the root of it. Like people were always comparing us. And I'm like, we are so different in age. We are so different. Why you gotta like put me against her?
No, I didn't
That
know
is my
that.
sister. No. I never said anything to anybody. But like, yeah, this man called me ugly, and like I want to say he said it to like his whole class and like elementary school, like
Yeah.
people talk, whatever. So I feel like that's where it rooted in me, like that's where it started. And then like once I had like that tough status, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this. People afraid of me.
got it.
Right. People afraid of me.
Yeah.
And it kind of just strung along from elementary to middle to high school into like the beginning of my college. Actually, the end of my my whole college career, where I was like, okay, anybody who messes with my people being anybody that I love, my family, my friends, it's a wrap for you. Don't come and see me. She don't like confrontation, but I do. Hello, I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna see you at the door, and do okay. So that's where the mean girl thing came from. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the mean girl thing came from, and I. Like looking back, I feel really bad because she's being very like modest about it. But like any person that she dated, like they were my arch nemesis. Like any little thing you did bad to her, it was a wrap for you. Like I already counted you out. You was a
See?
loss in my book.
That's a funny thing. Like, it should be the opposite. Where
I know,
I'm older
I
and
know.
like,
But because you don't like confrontation and you weren't like bullied like I was based off of my looks, like I was like, it's a wrap. Like I'm
Yeah.
seeing the end of earth for you.
It's all okay.
It's all making sense. But like, yeah, so we did not mesh well after college. She started dating, and you know, like other people will tell you, I'm very harsh when my friends and family date. I'm so sorry. I gotta work on it. I gotta
Very
work on
mean.
it. I'm very mean. I gotta work on it. I do. That is something I'm acknowledging. And actually, I'm going to therapy soon. So, wait a second.
No.
We're going to deal with that afterwards. But
No, but you're not where you were before.
I'm not.
You're not who you were.
I'm a worker. You know how people be like, the Christians be like, God's working on me. That's not an excuse for you to be bad, but like, you know, God's working on me. I'm going to therapy, or I haven't started yet, but I'm going to go to therapy soon. So like, I'm really trying to like, be hands off. Let people handle their
But you going
situations.
to therapy has nothing to do with this,
But
though.
I feel like it's going to be the uprooting. Like, I feel like,
Because that's where it started.
yeah, yeah. And I don't want to be a mean girl. I promise you, I'm the nicest person.
You're not a mean girl.
Yeah, I'm the nicest.
You're not a mean
but
girl.
when you try me, anyways. Okay. All right. So that was like a little bit of like our relationship as sisters. So fast forward. I got married in April. She got married in October. And y'all,
Same year.
I was coming for this man. And this man is sleeping in my house. I love him to death.
He's so like
Love him to death. But like back then, so how was that for you? Like,
Oh my God, it was so hard.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
But like, okay, let's use other adjectives like hard, explain, like
Being like the middleman,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Between the person that you're going to marry, you're going to marry, and your family member, and really coming to like a resolution where they both love each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, I had to think to myself as, Lord, how do I approach this really without offending
Either party.
because
She ain't say jack to me.
I did not. I did not.
She's an avoider.
But you know what? The Lord heard my prayer.
He did. And I'm grateful that, Rashad is the person that he is. Because like to me, like if I felt a certain way towards you and I got over it, it's like water under the rug. Like it's over. But he was like, nah. You did me dirty, sis. Like, nah, we gonna rehash this because there's some past hurt that we need to talk about. And I was like, so I kind of felt bad because I was like, what?
That was me?
I said that. Oh, we is grown now. But okay, so I'm glad that you said that it was hard because you literally never said anything. Like, never. You didn't show it. You didn't say, because literally, like, every time I would come around, I would say hi to her, and then we would be about our business. Because I was the mean girl still, like, oh, I'm going to keep that same energy. You ain't talking to me. I ain't talking. Stupid. So if you are listening to this podcast and you have beef with somebody, have a conversation. Have a conversation. Stop doing that. However, and I will say this because something else just came to mind. If y'all got beef, there is no resolve, and one person doesn't want to have that conversation, come to an understanding that, it's just not, it's not what it has to be. But at the same time, be cordial.
Yeah, be able to
be an adult.
coexist. Yeah. Yeah, we're all grown here.
Yeah, if you don't need to have a conversation, just you see them, say hello, and be kind. Yeah, be respectful, be kind. And that was not me, y'all. That was not me. I'm very ashamed of myself. But the Lord shapes you, the Lord changes you.
But the fact that you called me right after, you was just like, that was me?
Right, no. So me and Rashad had, I want to say, an hour plus conversation. He was telling me about myself, y'all. One thing about growth is when people could tell you about yourself, like, and really tell you about yourself, be honest, and you just take it. What else can you do? What up? Own up to your stuff. That's a part of growth. So like, I had to call you and be like, this is what I acknowledge. I am sorry. Like, that is not who I am today. So right now we are like besties for the resties.
Besties for the resties. I've never heard of that before.
We are besties for the resties. We are on FaceTime talking about nothing. Listen to each other breathe. Okay? Like, my mom is so happy.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, that is your sister. She was the first person I called when I found out I was pregnant. Like, our relationship has done a
Grown.
360.
Oh my God.
360. To the point where, like, this is what, your second time in Atlanta?
Is it second time?
Yeah. Second time since I've been married.
Yes. Second time.
Technically, it's her third time. I was dating Isaiah the first time, and then
yes.
yeah,
yes,
and then
yes,
she
yes.
came. This is her second time
Yeah.
since we've been married, and I've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
Second time, y'all.
So that first year, we barely talked.
I told her I'm not walking to her wedding. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And to see us now, like, that is growth, and I thank God for turning my life, because I was the petty queen. But we're not going to harbor on this because, you know, we grew, you know. So now I do want to ask you, because you were a mother before I was.
Yeah.
I got married before you did, but like you were like you added another layer. So how did you navigate being a first-time mother and like trying to be like that's still like, I'm a good wife?
That's a deep question. That's a really deep question because becoming a first time mom, my pregnancy, I had a great pregnancy. I didn't go through nausea, like, although I did have headaches. Yeah.
Dude, why are we like identical? But go ahead.
Yeah, I had headaches.
Me too. Me too.
I had really bad headaches. But other than that, I had a really great pregnancy. And after I gave birth, I was like, I can do it again. I can do it again.
I ain't say that, y'all.
I did. No, because
Yeah.
I had,
A vaginal birth.
yeah, and you had
C-section.
C-section. So that's different.
Right, yeah. I was like,
I probably would have said the same thing you did
get
if I
somebody
did
else to
have
do
it.
it.
But the whole experience was amazing.
And then you brought her home back to reality. Did it smack you in the face, or was it like?
Absolutely. And when people talk about postpartum depression, I didn't go through it, but I was close to it.
I remember you calling me crying.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I feel so helpless. Like, I want to help my sister, but she is going, and it was an unfamiliar territory for me. But I was like, I need to be there for her. Like, and I didn't know how. I was just a listening ear.
Yeah.
Literally a listening ear. So, like, what would you say are like were the most challenging parts? Like the postpartum. Like, how did you manage being there for a newborn and being there for your husband while recovering?
Yeah, I think it's all about balance. It's all about balance.
How long did it take you to realize that you needed to balance and like to actually balance?
I think it's when I really was vocal about it.
Yeah.
Because, your significant other, your spouse, whatever, they only know what you show. You know what I mean? And I haven't been like, I'm not like really a vocal person until like I've reached my breaking point.
Right. Until it's too late, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. And once I reached my breaking point, that's when I was just like X, Y, and Z. Like, I just need time. I need time before I like.
Right.
You know what I
TikTok
mean?
explode.
And unfortunately, once I voiced it a week or two later, that's when I had my stroke.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had my stroke, but I don't know if that's why I had my stroke.
Well, they say that strokes, the correlation is like stress.
Yeah, that's it. Could be because of the shots, COVID shots. Oh no, but
Girl, speaking that mic.
It could be because of the COVID shots. It could be because of stress. Till this day, the doctors don't know why, because they found a blood clot in my brain and then it went away within hours.
That's so crazy.
If it was only but the grace of God. You know what I'm saying?
That is so crazy.
The grace of God. Woo! Not a letter.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm done.
But what I would say though, like, just to her testimony, any new moms that are, whether you're in a relationship or like you're in a marriage, ask for help. And I'm saying this and I don't do it. But they say, people don't take their own advice. Yeah. But ask for help. Because that is so essential. Even if it's just like, hey, babe, just take her for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Change your diaper. give her a bottle. Those things are so important.
It'd be the littlest things
The
too.
The smallest thing. And I've shared this before. I'm very bad at, asking for help. I'll do things myself. In other episodes, I've said that, I don't want other people to do it because they're not going to do it the way I need it to be done. Mm-hmm. But it goes a mile away. Like, one time I said to Janae, I said, what y'all got on this little girl? I went to a podcast live show, and I said, she is mismatching. What is going on? But why do I need to stress about that? Who cares what she got on? She clothed, right?
Period.
So it be us that be stressing about stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that I can say about, because I agree with her, being a first time mom and a new wife, it is tough. It is tough to balance. It's tough to give your newborn and soon to be infant all the love, and then it's tough to still maintain that wifely duties because they still, I don't want to say they still expect you to be a wife, but they kind of do because they don't know what you go through. Yeah. They don't know how it feels to be a first time mom, how it feels to have a baby just wanting you, needing you every hour, every second of the day. But the number one thing is communicate. Absolutely. And if you are a bad communicator, please seek counsel.
Yes.
Because you need that. That is so important. Yeah. Because if you don't communicate, then it might turn into postpartum depression. It might turn into baby blues. It might turn into something much worse when you could have just avoided it by saying, I need help.
And it's a huge deal now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many news stories I hear of women going through postpartum depression and doing things that they don't normally do. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
And I was just thinking of a story, and it might have just been on Grey's Anatomy. But I was thinking of a story where a mom, she was driving her kids and she just had a baby and she drove off of a ledge. Yeah. She wasn't in her right mind. Mm-hmm. She had postpartum. Mm-hmm. She was sick of the noise. She was overstimulated. And it's just, there's a lot. And I know I'm honing in this mommy life. I'm honing it in. But I think there's not a lot of people that talk about the issues of being a mom. It's beautiful, but it's tough.
Yeah, there's another side to it. Yeah. That's not talked about.
And if you don't have the support.
Village is important.
And a lot of people say village. It don't come easy.
It don't.
You got to find your village. Honestly, you got to find your village. Mm-hmm. But you have to speak up and say, I need your help. I need your presence. I need this. I need that. Yeah. And if the people don't decide to show up, then that's on them. Mm-hmm. Find somebody else. I like to say, get somebody else to do it. For real, though. Get somebody else to do it. But I know that we are coming short of our time.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. Wasn't that so fast? We're coming short of our time. And when she comes back to Atlanta, I'm sorry, I burped. Excuse me. When she comes back to Atlanta, we're going to revisit this. But
I feel like that's a whole
it's a whole segment. Yes,
in itself.
It's a whole segment. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm glad y'all got to meet my sister. Them. I gotta shout my ATLians. My sister. Them. But I really hope you guys understand. Even if you know a pregnant person or someone who is a first time mom, show them some love.
Check up on them,
please, because I know that it is. People don't know. Mm-hmm. So I want this to be a platform of knowledge and for you to just understand different perspectives, different things while we're being vulnerable and while we're being truthful. So thank you for tuning in. Look at now she's excited. She was nervous at first. But thank you for tuning in. Please check back with us. I'm not gonna say next week, like I said the other episode. That was a mistake. It ain't gonna be next week. But hopefully our leak is fixed because it's really happening. So we gotta wrap this up. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share with somebody because you never know what freedom will come out of this. Love you guys. Peace.